Create a mosaic stained glass stepping stone or concrete bench. Creating a treasured piece of garden art isn't as hard as you think. You can use any stained glass pattern or even just various scrap glass pieces. Make it a hobby or a business. You can find plastic molds at your local stained glass store or online. Whether it is a stepping stone or bench mold, lightly coat the sides and bottom of the mold with Vaseline. I've already made a template of the bottom of my mold and used it to trace my clear contact paper. Pull the backing off like this, off the edge of a table. I'm doing this bird design and I've traced over a light table the back side of my pattern. We will be putting our design face down onto the sticky side of the contact paper. I promise you'll see it the right way after it's done. Leave a small space in between the glass pieces. Carefully turn the piece over and burnish your pieces onto the contact paper with your finger or a squeegee. Use a razor blade to pop any air pockets. Lay the contact paper sticky side up in the mold. A concrete mixer is great, but a bucket will do. This is the fiber mesh. It is sold at a concrete supply store. It increases strength and reduces cracking and shrinking greatly. The acrylic fortifier sold at Home Depot does the same thing. If you can't get these items, then don't worry about it and just use the Quikrete bagged concrete. I use this 1/2-inch fencing for support. Cut with 10 strips a bit smaller than the mold. Use rebar in benches, the more the better. I have a 1-gallon pitcher. I only add a pinch of the fiber mesh in my pitcher. Add a splash of fortifier, then the rest water. It is usually 1 gallon liquid to a 60-pound bag of concrete. Use a little less water just so it's not too thin. You can always add a little bit more water later. Slowly add the concrete. Don't forget to wear a dust mask and safety glasses. Pour some into a bucket. This is the consistency I look for. No standing water, but thin enough to move around a little bit. Tap the sides with a stick to get out the bubbles. Add the fencing and then more concrete to fill the mold. Smooth it all out like a mud pie and tap the sides again. Same thing with the bench. Carefully add over the glass. I tap quite a bit. I like to get my sides as air bubble free as I can. The rebar goes on top of the fencing. I didn't fill this mold up to the top since it's a really thick mold. A couple days later, I'm ready to unmold onto a couple blocks of wood. Peel off the contact paper and use a razor blade to scrape off any concrete that seeped under. It comes off fairly easy. I've mixed up a thin mortar made from Quikrete vinyl patcher. I'm going to go over the whole piece gently, filling in any air holes. Let it dry a little, then spray it, wiping it down and repeating until everything's filled. Clean it up with a clean towel, wiping it all off the glass. Turn the bench mold over with help onto scrap wooden blocks. Otherwise, you won't be able to get your hands out. Even you doing a full glass bench, I go over gently over my design and the sides so my concrete is nice and smooth. This is a little smaller bench and it just needed a little touching up. Give your concrete 2 to 4 weeks to cure. I use a matte finish sealer. The glossy is terrible, don't use it. Seal all sides and even over the glass. Then wipe off the glass. Use a clean cloth to shine. Thanks for watching.